Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our Thursday advanced trainings with me. We are having a bit of a gentle topic today, but something that's quite practical. And I think that a lot of people are not aware that they can actually use Healy on their journeys, wherever they go. So we're going to look at how we are doing travel with Healy today. And we're going to look at how we travel in general, and how we can support ourselves on the journey, and what programs to actually use. I will also give you like a mini travel protocol that I normally tend to use, and I give some basic programs so you can have something quick to use on your journey. But as always, right, I always say test your body. Yeah, always trust your body, check with your body, trial out the program and see how you feel afterwards, right? Because certain programs will work for me, certain programs will work for other people, but they might not work for you. So it's really important to trust your body. And that's something I've been sharing with you for a while now. I'm just going to rename myself so you can actually see me. It did not rename me before. Okay, so let's start. Let me just share my screen so you can actually see it. Perfect. You can see the slides. Just gonna make this one perfect. So, traveling with Healy. I love traveling. Do you love traveling? Tell me that. Tell me in the chat. Do you love traveling? And where have you been last? The last time you traveled, where have you been? Yes, I love traveling too. Perfect. You pop that in the chat while I do the necessary work. So as we know, Healy devices and Mag Healy devices are not medical devices, at least not here in Australia. They are not intended to cure, treat, mitigate, diagnose, or prevent any disease or medical conditions. Yeah, so Healy is a beautiful magic tool, yeah, in a way of creating an environment within your body, as well as Mag Healy creates an environment in your space for your body to actually come back to balance. Yeah, so your body does the work. Healy just creates an environment for it to actually work properly. Okay. Now, this is a serious question, and just pop it into the chat, please, because I would like to know, what are you looking to support when you are traveling? So what are some situations, some issues that you actually would like to support while traveling? What is something that you encounter more often or often? Things that you normally don't encounter in your daily life that happen on travel. So pop that into the chat. I would love to hear what are the things that you are actually working with when you're traveling. So for me, I know energetic space is a big one for me. Yeah. And digestion, stamina, so energy, okay? During travel, someone falls. Okay, so immune system. Yeah, so immune system is definitely one of the things that we want to support, because we are changing countries and we're changing foods and we're changing air and bacteria, right? So there's different bacteria that our body is not used to. So we want to actually support our immune system. Friction, especially when in a rush. Friction means like stress friction or physical friction. Gut, okay, yeah. Travel sickness, so like motion sickness, yeah. So definitely that's something to think about. So you've covered a lot of things that majority of people are experiencing. Jet lag, correct. Sleeping on a new bed. Oh my God, I can feel you. I love my bed. My bed is sacred. Yeah, my pillow and my bed are sacred. Yeah, that is something I struggle when I actually travel. I take my pillow everywhere, but I struggle with mattresses in hotels, in best hotels. I've slept in like 5-star hotels, and still no. It doesn't work sometimes. Emotional, yeah. Either conflicts or relationships or emotional stress, like just traveling, right? That's a big one. Jet lag is also digestion, always, of course, because changes in the environment will impact our stress levels, will impact also our digestion. So, well, you almost covered everything. So let's look at it, right? So you can actually have some tools to support you. So how do we travel? Yeah, we can travel by bus, we can travel by car, we can travel by boat, we can travel by plane, and we can travel by train. You can also walk if you want to. Yeah, so I have a lot of friends that went walking Del Camino. Yeah, so the really long journey. I think it's like a week or something of walking. And that is like a physical strain on the body. But majority of the basic things that we travel with are here, unless you go on a horse or a carriage or, things that are not like majority of people do. So let's look at what happens in specific, vehicles or things that we are traveling with, and what are we facing. So when we're traveling with bus, we normally have long hours of sitting. Yeah, and we have lack of movement. There's not a lot of space to move your body. Yeah, and we are confined in a small space, so we can't really get us comfortable. And even if we want to fall asleep, it's like an uncomfortable position. Normally we fall asleep on, our neighbor. And then we have the neighbor that, moves around and complains, and then we complain, and conflicts come, and, all of this stuff comes up. Yeah. And then, of course, there's a lot of other stuff, but just the basics. So when we're traveling with car, we are more comfortable because in the car we can adjust the seat and everything. But we're also in the same position for long hours, right? In the sitting position, it's not really good for our circulation and not good for our heart either because the circulation is not flowing properly. So we also have and experience vibrations. So I don't know if you know, but I don't know if you actually know that when you're sitting in the car for even if it's just 15 minutes driving, when you get out of the car, you're actually a centimeter smaller. And that happens because of the spine and the vertebrae. There's a fluid in between, and that fluid actually moves out of the spine and compresses the vertebrae together. So if we are sitting for long hours and we are experiencing vibrations, we are actually experiencing friction between the vertebrae. Yeah. So we need to understand that we need to push that fluid back in, and we can do that with physical movement, hydration, and certain programs to support us. And of course, lack of circulation. Yeah, when we are in the car sitting in angles, that doesn't work for our body. My body doesn't like it really much. And then boats. So boats, normally we have the seasickness or motion sickness. We are actually not on earth, so we are not grounded. So when we're traveling by sea or by boat on rivers, if you ever been on a boat for long periods of time, like for me, I need grounding. So if I'm like traveling by boat, I need to go once or twice a day off the boat to actually ground. And that literally charges my cells, it filters my energy, and my sickness goes away. So we also have water glare. So water reflection is really strong for our eyes and also for skin. So we can actually get sunburn with skin and things like that. So that's something to think about when we're traveling by boat as well. When we do the plane, majority of us travel by plane, we experience dry air, right? Because it's filtered and it's compressed. We also have pressure. Yeah, pressure in the cabin. Of course, lack of space and moving the body. And the pressure in the plane and up in the high altitudes actually changes the pressure in the body, and the lymph actually changes, the circulation changes. And also no fresh food, meaning the food has been prepared ahead of time. It's all done in packages. Even if you fly business, if you have a flown business, The food is much better, just letting you know. And you don't eat in plastic containers, but everything is packaged. So one of my family members has been a flight attendant, so I know how things go on the flights. I tend to really be careful what food I eat, but even if I choose correctly, digestion can be a problem because first of all, it's all pressurized, there's different chemicals and additives when they do that. So we are influencing our digestive system, which is different from what we have normally at home. And then train, if you ask me, the train is actually the most comfortable to travel in. If you ever had to travel by train, it's actually quite comfortable. And if you actually sleep, the sleeping containers are actually not bad. And you do have vibrations and sounds. So there's something that with the newer trains, it's much better. So it's much more insulated and you have more privacy. You also can have motion sickness and orientation because we have, both sides sitting. Sometimes our orientation and the balance within our brain and our ear can shift and change, and that can cause motion sickness. So this is just the basic things that we can experience while traveling around the world and experiencing new adventures. Yeah. So let's look at what do we need to support, what do we need to support while we're traveling? I've gave you 7 different categories, so whatever it is. I never know how to pronounce that. So digestive discomfort, motion sickness and water retention, emotional support, sleep and jet lag because they're connected, muscle and joint discomfort, immune system and allergies, and energy protection. So all of these you can experience throughout travel. And it's good to know how to support yourself, what to look out for, so you can actually prepare your body better and make it in a way that really helps you, especially when we're traveling long distances. Like when I went to Europe in 2019 to my father's funeral, we only had 10 days, and out of those 10 days, 2.5 days were traveling. Yeah. So literally we had a week there, and we came to, in June, which is the longest day, and it's still sunny outside at 9:30 at night. Yeah. So coming from Australia when the sun sets, at 6 o'clock, 5:30, it was a big shift, like the jet lag and the rhythm completely changed. And when we are on long flights, you really are in a different container. So your body can be quite tired on the journey. Yeah. So it's really important to support yourself because when you get off the plane, you want to enjoy the time that you have somewhere when you travel. Yeah. So it's really good to have programs like Healy. Okay. Before we do anything else and go into any other programs, I would like to share with you how you can use your Healy on planes, because boats and trains and buses, you will have Wi-Fi, you won't influence anything else. But majority of times when we travel on planes, we need to put our mobile phones and our devices onto plane mode. And it's really important to understand how to approach your Healy apps and your Healys and how to prepare so you can actually run your Healys, including your Mag Healy, not just the Healy, both types of Healys on the plane. So if you have not run it before, you can. So you can use your pink app and you can use your blue app. You will not be able to use your Healy Advisor search because Healy Advisor search model only works on the internet unless you actually connect your phone to the Wi-Fi on the plane. So that will actually help you, but the Wi-Fi on the plane is really slow. So sometimes that doesn't work, just letting you know. So I want to show you by sharing my screen. Let me just share my screen. So you can actually see, let me just see what my thingy did. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to connect it so you can see. Okay, I'm just going to stop sharing so you can see my screen. And I will show you. Now I don't know if you can see this. Okay, I think this one. Yeah, you can see my screen. Okay, so with the Healy Blue app, this is Blue app, yeah? So you can run your Blue app. You can scan yourself. You can vibrate everything on Blue app while you're traveling, only on Bluetooth. You don't need internet. The only thing that you need to do, yeah, is to actually open up the Blue app while you still have the internet. Yeah, so before you put your phone on flight mode, you need to connect your Blue app to Healy. So what you're going to do is literally connect the Blue app to Healy. Let me just turn it on. So you literally connect it to Healy. And why is that important? Because it works on a cloud. So all the details that you have saved in your Blue app are actually saved on a cloud. That means that you can only access them when you have the Wi-Fi or data. Yeah, so when you have the internet connection. Oh, why not? Oh, what do you want from me? Yes, so when you connect your Blue app to, let me just see if it's Healy open. No, all good. Supposed to connect. Okay, so when you literally connect your Blue app to your Healy, yeah, you can then turn your flight mode on, yeah. I don't think it's going to work now, but you can turn on the flight mode. It's gonna probably disconnect because it's through Wi-Fi. You turn on the flight mode, and then you turn on the Bluetooth only. Yeah, so there is no internet. There is no internet, but you have Bluetooth. So you turned it on to flight mode, but you actually turn on the Bluetooth. Yeah. I'm just going to turn it on so we can actually connect. And then you can scan. It's going to go probably. Hello. Now you don't want to connect. Here you go. Because I turned on to flight mode, so it disconnected. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna stop sharing now because it doesn't want to work with me. Yes, we have Wi-Fi. Sorry, because I disconnected it. Come on. Okie dokie. Okay. This one. It should work now. Here you go. Okie dokie. Scan. This one. Okay. So now that you have your Healy connected and it's on flight mode, you still have Bluetooth on, because on the plane you can use Bluetooth for your headphones, for anything. Yeah, so you can turn on the Bluetooth and you can keep scanning. You can scan, you can do the analysis, whatever you want. You can vibrate, and it will just save onto your phone. So when you go off the plane and you turn back your data on, you connect to your Wi-Fi on the airport or wherever you are, it will automatically update your cloud, yeah, when it's up online on the internet again. Yeah. So that is Blue app. The Pink app works automatically. You don't need internet. You don't need to prepare anything. It's literally just turning on the Pink app while you have your phone on flight mode. And what do we have? Here we have, yeah. And then just running the programs that you have. And that's it, literally. The search app, as I said, you can't unless you connect yourself to the Wi-Fi on the plane. So please take both Healy and Meg Healy with you. Meg Healy only works, majority of it works on the Pink app. If you have the new Meridian program, again, you can scan with the Blue app. Just remember, again, download the data, on the internet connection and then turn your phone off and put it on flight mode, and you can still scan your meridians as well through Healy. So that's really the basics. Make sure that you pack them in your carry bag, and you literally keep it near you. Yeah, so don't forget them anyway. Yeah, because they are precious materials. And you can use them anywhere: cars, boats, planes, whenever you want to. Yeah, they go with me, they everywhere. Yeah. Make sure you charge them before you leave home when you're going on a trip. Make sure you take chargers with you, or use power banks that you can use on the plane, and make sure you don't lose them. Yeah. So pink app and blue app, we know. That's it. So that's the preparation, and now we can actually support our body wherever we are. Yeah. So let's look at how we can do that. Okie dokie. So digestive discomfort. So majority of us, when we travel, we are exposed to different bacteria, and that bacteria can influence our digestive health. As we know from our training on digestive system, our digestive system actually starts at our mouth. Yeah, so if you want to actually keep your digestive tract healthy, make sure you have some bicarb soda with you on the trip. Yeah. Also, look out for foods and drinks that you normally don't eat. Try to stick to the boring stuff, especially on the plane. Yeah, things that you normally eat, so you don't want to, disrupt your digestive system too much, because then you won't be able to sleep. And also headaches can come through that. And also, if you eat foods that you don't normally eat and you don't have bacteria to digest it, especially not enzymes, you will be exposed to specific toxins that your body doesn't know how to detox. So you will have digestive system discomfort. So stay hydrated. Add minerals, Celtic salt, sea moss, whatever you have, to actually keep your body alkalized. So no matter what happens, and whatever you eat, if your body's literally alkalized, it will help to move the bacteria and toxins out of the body while you're traveling. So, and being hydrated and high in minerals will also help your body relax and your muscles relax while you travel. Stress response. So watch out for stress response. So make sure you take deep breaths, that you meditate. Having music with you on the plane is really good. I'm going to take a look at that in sleep sector. But it's really important to actually have some things to calm you down. As I said, we are exposed to different bacteria, and that influences our digestive tract. And that could come with constipation, it could come with diarrhea, it can come with something in between. It's really important to have that support for yourself on the road. Of course, rest. So the more you stress your body, the more you contract the muscles, the more your digestive system will squeeze, the less you will digest. So the more your liver and the kidneys will have to work. Also, air quality. When we are going around, it's not only on planes, it's also coming to different countries. For example, if I lived in a country where we had hot summers and really cold winters, and then I came to Australia, and my digestive system was out of whack for 6 months, because we have completely different bacteria here. Now I'm okay. So when I go back, I have both bacterias. But for example, when I used to travel a lot, because I used to work in tourist industry, when you go to Northern African countries, there are completely different bacteria there, and the air quality is different. There's a lot of sand in the air. There's different smells, and that influences your skin. It influences your bacteria on the body. And because we know, from the digestive system training, that bacteria on the skin are connected to the bacteria in your digestive system. So what I tend to do and like to do is I actually take bicarb soda with me wherever I go. So bicarb soda actually helps to balance your pH on the skin. So you can mix it either with water, or I tend to buy triple distilled vodka. I'm not drinking it. So if you want to have fun, this one, it's okay. But you mix vodka with bicarb soda, and that's actually a cleaning agent for the skin. So what it does, it cleanses out the pores. It's called gua sha. Yeah, so it cleanses out the pores of the skin. It actually changes the pH of the skin, and that actually helps your bacteria in the gut as well. So because your skin is your first defense system, it will help to actually support your digestion as well. But let's look at some basic programs that you could use on the road and on the travel path. So I like to use deep cycles, yeah, because they go really deep into the skin, into the cell. So I tend to go for digest all or clean all. Yeah, so when I'm on the road and something digestively happens, I would literally intuitively go to digest all or clean all. Yeah, so that's deep cycles. You can also run gastrointestinal harmony, which is really amazing if there's any digestive discomfort. It will help to balance the bacteria in the gut. So it actually influences the bacteria that you already have and also the new bacteria that's coming in to make it, a happy party. And then, of course, impurities. So if you're exposed to different toxins, different bacteria, you want to clean them out if your body's not really happy about them. So that's bioenergetic harmony too. And then we have bacterial harmony as well. And the gold cycles. The gold cycles, so no. Yeah, so we are recording this and you can get the recording at the top of the chat. There's a Facebook link to the Facebook group and all the recordings are saved there. As well as you will get them through the newsletter, APEC Healy newsletter. So what is the question? If the security asks what device is it, what should we answer them, or else will it become confiscated? No, I have never had issues with Healy's in the security. So you can tell them directly that it's a wellness and well-being device, and it helps you sleep and support you on the journey, and it's perfectly fine. I've never had issues traveling with Healy, and there's no issues on the plane either. So you're not influencing the plane itself, the safety of that. So that's perfectly fine. You shouldn't have any issues traveling with Healy. And then also gold cycles are amazing for travel. No matter what support you need, gold cycles are amazing because they're systematic programs. And even if you have the lowest edition of Healy, you can still support yourself on travel. So any digestive discomfort, Release and Pure are amazing programs to help you with digestion. And then, of course, Mac Healy. I love having Mac Healy with me because it's the space clearing around me. I can use it on myself with water programs as well. I know people use Mac Healy for water, but I actually use it for myself. And we'll touch on that when we actually do the Mac Healy trainings. They're coming. So there's a digestion program, like the digestion and digestion harmony. There's two of them. One is in the basic classic and the other one is in McMaken. And then we have detox, which is in the McMaken, I think, and kidney harmony, which is also in McMaken programs. So those are actually really good for digestion if you're looking at digestion for Mac Healy. I also like to use either Cell Harmony or what's the other one for water, directly for water, and I actually apply it for myself to change the structure of the water in the body. Okay, so motion sickness and water retention. So when we actually are faced, especially, on flights, we have a pressure change. Our kidneys are a bit more under stress, because our lymphatic system is under pressure, so there's not enough fluid moving, and we actually start retaining water. We get a bit bloated in our legs and feet. We get bloated around the belly as well, because our body is actually not able to move that fluid around. And if it's not able to move the fluid, then it's not able to detox what's needed. So things to look out for when we are, trying to avoid motion sickness or avoid water retention is avoid overeating. So if your body is under pressure already, either for motion sickness or for water retention, your stomach will be under pressure as well. So if you're overeating and wanting to eat all the desserts and everything that's on the plane, or if you're on a cruise trying to eat everything, just make sure that you balance your body, that you don't overeat, because then your body will find a way to eliminate things that it doesn't need anymore, and they don't fit the body the way you want it, or the body wants it. So if you are really sick, it's better to stick to liquid diet. So soups, amino acids, so pure amino acids in a drink form, in a powder form, popped into water, are beautiful for motion sickness, because proteins and amino acids are building blocks of proteins, and they actually help you regenerate, and they help you balance. They help your liver to detoxify anything, help to balance the hormones as well. And eating liquid foods is better if you are, feeling sick, like dizzy. Ginger tablets really work as well. So you can actually take like 30 minutes beforehand, you take ginger tablets, and it's really good. If you have motion sickness, there's also motion sickness bracelets that you can use, which work on the meridians, and supposed to be really good. Ginger tablets are great for me, and then I use Healy majority of times. And of course, stay hydrated, and minerals, because your body needs minerals when it's under stress, because when you have motion sickness, your body will be under stress. And when you have water retention, you actually need minerals in order for the water, because of the change of pressure, the water is now sitting around the cell instead of going into the cell. So when you have minerals, the water will actually go into the cell, and it will clean out better, and you'll have less puffiness. Okay, programs to actually use for motion sickness. Circulation in Deep Cycle H is amazing. Circulation and sensitivity in Bioenergetic Harmony 1 is also really good for motion sickness. And then water retention, or also stomach works as well, depending on what the reason of the motion sickness is. If it's emotional, if it's mental, if it's literally the physical pressure that's in the body, there's few things. So stomach is really good for the motion sickness, which is in Meridian 2. Lymphatic system in Meridian is actually really good for water retention, so moving the flow of the liquid out. If you feel like your body is shaking and feels like, it's not really coming back to balance, and you're sick and things are not working, use Power of 3. Classical physical, classical energetics are really, really beautiful programs to support you on that. Again, gastrointestinal harmony is really good. I've actually included a larger community in this training. So I've actually done research and connected with people and what programs are actually using. So these are not just my programs that I normally use. They're actually programs that other people are using, and they're actually finding results. So just letting you know. So gastrointestinal harmony and food imbalances in Bioenergetic Harmony 2. And then I love the relief and recreation in digital nutrition mixtures. And if you are under stress, and like the fears are coming up, brain harmony is really good in digital nutrition as well, if your motion sickness coming for stress. Nerve harmony as well, if you want to run it for like a longer flight or a longer boat ride or whatever it is, to actually balance your nervous system. Also Pure Calm in Deep Cycle H is actually a good one too. And then relax, care, release, balance in Gold Cycle. Those are really beautiful for motion sickness and water retention. And if you feel like you're getting a headache or things are not really coming along, you can actually do Local Stimulation 5, which is actually a program for migraines. So these are basic programs, and I'll do a screenshot so you can have them in the Facebook group as well, so you can actually look at it. And then we go into the emotional support. So emotions in our nervous system gets quite depleted when we travel, because there's issues that come up, there's situations that we are facing. Sometimes things don't go the way we want, and we get triggered. Sometimes if we're traveling with family or partners, we get conflicts, and things kind of get messy. So it's really important to really balance your emotional well-being, because that will actually help you lower the stress in the body. Of course, that influences your digestion, and everything else. And you're going to sleep better. So it's really important to balance your emotional health. So what to focus on when we have emotional, emotions out of balance? Focus on your breath. So wherever you are, if something's coming up, if you're feeling frustrated, if things are not going your way, stop, take a breath. Take 3. When you take 3, take another 3. Yeah? It's really important to calm your nervous system down, because when we are under stress, our prefrontal cortex doesn't work. Yeah, this is the decision-making space in the brain, and it's off. Yeah, you will not see your solutions clearly. Yeah, so you really need to calm down to actually see a different perspective when you're traveling. Yeah, because then on the go, when you're traveling, you need to actually find fast solutions to your problems. Yeah, focus on your energy. So energy, it's really important. I always say to my clients, cleaning your energy is like cleaning your teeth. Yeah, it's really, really important to have energy hygiene. Basic thing you can do is literally focus on your breath and imagine that you are inhaling and filling up your chest and your heart with your breath and your energy. And then you imagine you are exhaling out of the heart. And just imagine for 3 breaths, you exhaling out of your heart all the intensity of the body. And then for the next 3 breaths, you fill up your heart and chest and exhale through the heart. And imagine that breath is actually creating this beautiful circle around you. Yeah. And even if you do just that, yeah, you will feel the change in your energy, and that will change your emotional stability. Observe your triggers. Yeah. So make sure that you are aware of what triggers you, what's important to you. Because if you're aware of them, you can actually prevent them, or you can actually respond to them much faster. So that will actually bring you back to balance faster. Okay, Healy programs to support. Gold cycles are amazing. Being, release, relax. Those are really beautiful programs to work with on an emotional support. If you're feeling really anxious, yeah, or feeling like really agitated, then local stimulation 6 and 8, which are literally anxiety and insomnia, they work on a nervous system. And if you do the eclipse, it's a 20-minute programs. They actually work. They will calm you down in split second. Yeah. I literally had a client try out the insomnia, and he was like, I'm really stressed, I'm anxious, all of it, and I can't calm down. I was like, okay, let's pop you on insomnia so you can calm down the stress. I'm not kidding. Even 5 minutes didn't go through with the clips, and he was literally asleep on the chair. So it works on different people differently, but something to work with if you're really, really stressed. Of course, classical physical, conflict balance in Power 3, soul cycle. So aura cleaning, aura clean, I think there's a program which is good, so you can actually manage the energy and the emotional part of it. Acceptance is really beautiful program, and emotions is another program in soul cycle. Then of course, emotional well-being and inner unity. I love those 2 programs. I normally tend to go either for the being or the emotional well-being and inner unity when I travel. Brain harmony is really good if you feel like you can't come down and your head is racing. And then we have the psyche and the joy of life in digital nutrition. Those are really good too. And then of course, if you have your mag, there's these are water ones, but I actually like them. They are before stress and after stress. I feel the change in my water and the hydration and the feeling within my body, but you can pop it onto your water as well, so you can drink it in the frequency. There's also a program, unpleasant sensations, so that calms down emotional being of the body. There's also stress, there's a coherence one, and also emotions. So there's different programs. It's good to try them. So I like to combine my basic Healy, yeah, with Mac Healy. So I like to combine different elements together, so to support myself the way I need to. Okay, sleep and jet lag. This is something the majority of people are actually struggling with. When we are on the road, we don't sleep in our own bed, and we don't feel safe enough to actually fall asleep deeply. So it's really important to take care of our sleep cycles, because when we travel, our circadian rhythm actually gets broken down. So it's got broken. So when we change, especially timelines and, you know, sunset and sunrises. It's really important to take care of our sleep on the road, yeah, wherever that is, in the air or on the street or in water. And it's really important to create our own safe, comfy space. So whatever makes you comfortable. For me, I travel always with a blanket and a pillow. Yeah, that's me. And I like to have like this comfy space wherever I go. I make myself really comfortable so I can feel safe and secure in wherever I sit. Yeah. Eye masks are a must for me because I like to block the light. So to help my body actually, you know, give him a signal to actually go to sleep. Make sure you have good quality eye masks because the ones that you get on the plane, although they give you some, they won't do much for you. Just letting you know. And then, of course, hydrate well, again, with minerals. I like to pack my earplugs because I'm really sensitive to sound, or I actually have headphones. And I have a playlist that I download, and I normally have a frequency playlist, so meaning specific frequencies or binaural beats, or solfeggio frequencies to listen to in order to actually put my brain into a specific state so I can sleep no matter, you know, what time it is. And when you arrive, wherever you are arriving to, my recommendation is, especially on the long flights, when you're traveling opposite time. So for example, if you're traveling to Europe, you're going with time. So it's not that big of a deal. But when you're coming back to Australia, for example, you're going against time. So it's really important to come like midday and then stay awake till night, then go to bed and then wake up early in the morning for the sunrise. Why? Because your sun, the first light when it comes up with the sun, actually influences your pituitary gland and hypothalamus. So it actually resets your circadian rhythm and helps you build melatonin. So you can actually go to sleep normally. And I started doing this when we traveled back and forth in Australia and back to Europe. And I'm back on a normal rhythm in 3 days. So I don't need to have like 2 weeks of jet lag in order to actually regenerate my body. So that's really important. And there's also a program that I do, and it's the pineal gland in bioenergetic vitalization. That's my favorite. I like to do that one. And then I help myself if I feel like my sleep is not really where it needs to be, then I add on sleep programs to help me. But that's kind of my protocol of how to get back, especially traveling against time. But there's things that you could do. So bioenergetic defense and bioenergetic boost in the bioenergetic support. Those are really good to regenerate your energetic fields. Yeah. And we're going to look at the energetic support as well. Then if you feel exhausted or tired or like your body's like completely out, yeah, you don't have a lot of energy, run exhaustion, systematic, or fatigue in the job programs. Then also sleep programs will help you with your nervous system, will help with your melatonin levels, will help with, you know, balancing the rhythm in the body. So I like to use either bed rest or balanced sleep. If I don't feel really grounded, if I traveled a lot on the boat, for example, I would use Fine Flow to ground me. And then, of course, exhaustion, fatigue, and sleep in digital nutrition mixtures to help you balance your vitals. And then also renewable pure calm in Deep Cycle H. If you have a natural cycle and if you're feeling completely out, then I would recommend you to actually go on a natural cycle. Yeah. But that means that if you're completely out, otherwise you can use certain programs in there. We're going to have a natural cycle session in September. We're going to go through that one. As I said, pineal gland bioenergetic vitalization, also local stimulation, which is insomnia, which helps on vagus nerve and actually balances your melatonin. And if you have the Mag Healy, then Vagus Harmony, which is in, I think it's water or Macon, I forgot. And then tiredness and energy clearing. Yeah, because if you've been going around on planes, trains, whatever, there's a lot of people around you. Yeah, so wherever you go, yeah, either you want to clear your energy or you want to clear the space of the energy of the space. Relaxation helps your body to completely relax and actually go to sleep. A car is not only for the car. Yeah, it actually helps to balance the energy between alertness and calmness in the body. Yeah, and a bit more comfortable feeling in the body, in the muscles. So you can use it for any enclosed space. Yeah, and it will actually help you balance those energy out. Okay, we have muscle and joint discomfort. Again, when you travel, comfortable clothes, nothing really tight. Socks for the plane, for example. Don't have your shoes on. Yeah, make your blood flow normally. Stretch and move regularly. Hydrate with minerals. Add amino acids or hydrolyzed collagen, which actually helps your muscles, connective tissue, as well as your skin and hair, nails, and other tissues in the body. Yeah, so it actually supports you to regenerate. And then we have basic programs like muscle harmony, regeneration, circulation. These are fitness programs. My favorite here will be either classical energetic, muscle harmony, either in fitness or digital nutrition. Regeneration, I love in digital nutrition, or I don't have it here. But regeneration in the bioenergetic vitalization is really good too. Gold cycles is always, and then again, Meg Healy. Lower back harmony in McMaken programs in Meg Healy is amazing. Also joint balance and body comfort. Yeah, but lower back harmony, especially when you're sitting a lot, is actually really good. Okay, immune system and allergies. So immune system is really important. You need to build it daily, not just when you travel, but when you travel even more. So eat clean food. Yeah, make sure that what food you eat, you either clean it with clean water, or you actually ask, where does this food come from? How was it raised? And of course, we are limited. Yeah, as if you can, if possible. Drink plenty of lemon juice and lime juice. That will actually alkalize your body, help to clean up your body wherever you are. Wash your hands. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to say that, but please don't use hand sanitizers. You make your own natural ones, yeah, because the ones that are chemicals are actually flammable. Yeah, you can burn them. Yeah, and those chemicals go into your body. So if you do rather use essential oils or things that are natural rather than the chemicals, because then you are literally killing the bacteria on the skin, meaning killing bacteria in your gut. Yeah, we want to actually keep the bacteria healthy because that's our protective system. Eat immune supporting spices. Yeah, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon. Indian culture has plenty of that. Yeah, so wherever you go, make sure you ask what are the local spices that are actually really potent for digestion or immune system. I like to go on markets, for example, and just ask people, because they know locally what those spices and herbs are, and you can actually implement them into your diet and help your body boost your immune system. As I said, immune system and allergies. So we also go around and we can have allergies. Yeah, either pollen allergies, or we get a bee sting or things like that. Or for example, you go swimming in Australian Ocean and you get stung by a jellyfish. Yeah, so all of those things can influence your body and you get allergic reactions. So defense is my number one program. I use every single time. The first thing to go to, I always go to defense. Of course, power of 3, classical, energetic, classical, physical. And then you have digital nutrition mixtures to actually help you absorb the minerals and vitamins that you are eating. Bioinformation, defense, and exhaustion are really good for immune system and allergies. Allergy Meridian is amazing. So I have a story of a lady that actually shared it with me. They were traveling, and on their way out of the plane, there was a bee in the security area, and her daughter actually kind of started, pushing the bee around, and got stung by a bee. So she was allergic. So she literally put her on allergy meridian on Healy, and in 10 minutes, everything subsided for her. So that's her testimonial. Yeah. So that's how it influenced her. But allergy meridian can also be, if you have food intolerances, or there's, dust in the air that's kind of irritating your eyes or nose. So you can, go that way as well. Again, deep cycles are important because they go into the cell. And Mac Healy, cell harmony is my favorite in this situation. Regeneration as well. Then you have vitality, energy, holistic health, and thalamus. Yeah, thalamus actually activates your immune system as well. Yeah, and opens up your heart. So some programs for that. And energy protection. Yeah, we don't think about that. But when we don't have a closed energy system, well, everything else physically goes, kind of astray. As I said, with energy, avoid spending long time in crowded spaces if you can. Yeah, so of course on the plane you can't. If you're on the boat, make sure you move away from the majority of people, to kind of keep your space so you're not always bombarded with energies. As I said, hard breath. And just imagine that you literally, shower yourself with light. So you're cleaning your energy all the time. Energy programs, we have plenty that you can use to actually strengthen your energy and energetic boundaries. A bioenergetic boost is amazing. I tend to use bioenergetic boost when I go off the plane or off the boat, when I come to the destination, because my energy kind of gets drained, so I need a boost. Coherence is beautiful while you're around or before. Electrosensitivity in bioenergetic defense is really good for EMF. So if you're like on the planes and stuff where there's a lot of EMF agitated frequency. General protection I tend to use before I go to actually really strengthen my field. Cell harmony is actually really good. I tend to do that after. And geopathy is actually when you kind of come back onto the earth and you actually want to kind of regenerate your energy. Then if you have like nervous system, if you feel like anxious and like agitated, nerve harmony, either in bioenergetic fertilization or bioenergetic harmony 1. And bioinformation, indigenous nutrition stimulates the connection between the cells and the passing of the information. And then Mac Healy, of course, wherever you go, yeah, energy clearing program is amazing. So if you come to a hotel room, place your Mac Healy on energy clearing first. So you can actually clear the whole space of old energies and you can just have your own. And at the same time, you're going to clear yours as well because it works in the field. Again, cell harmony, I like to do that when I come to a destination. Again, electrosensitivity, chakra balancing. If you feel like your chakras are out of balance, Mac Healy has a beautiful program. And bioenergetic regeneration. I like to do that if I feel really tired, like energetically. I like to run that one. So that's about it on the support. This is my mini protocol. Don't take it as, this is how you need to do it. No, this is just my experience and how I like to run things. Please make your own. Yeah, the way you feel it's right for you, the way you want to do it for your body and the way you feel you want to support it. Yeah, but this is kind of my guideline. So I first of all need to protect my energy. So before I leave home, I either run general protection or bioenergetic defense. Those two are my favorite. But if you need a bit of a boost and you feel like you're a bit tired, like energetically you don't feel like really strong, then run bioenergetic boost. Yeah. Then when you support your digestion and circulation, so when you're traveling either on plane, train, bus or boat, make sure you run either a circulation program or a digest all program. So use deep cycles because they actually work on a really deep level. If you feel like a bit of discomfort, gastrointestinal harmony is a really good one. So these three are my go-to. If I feel really like sick and not really good, then I tend to go to relief digital nutrition mixtures. So that's mine kind of go-to. And then when I come to a destination or in accommodation, wherever I am, I would always run my Mac Healy, always run energy clearing. for at least half an hour to an hour. And then if I feel like I'm a bit agitated from all the EMF and I can't ground, then I would probably before bed, like kind of 2 hours before bed, I would run electrosensitivity to actually get rid of that intensity. And then if you have your family with you, or you have a relationship, your partner, you're traveling with your partner or with your family, I like to run, like on a daily basis wherever I am, I like to run family harmony. It feels like a really, for me, it's like a really, this beautiful warm hug. It really helps to balance the energies, helps to, like for me, the experience is it helps me settle down where I am. And it helps me feel like at home. So it's not like, you know, agitated because I'm not at home. And then if I need to support my physical body, that's I would tend to go to classical physical, classical energetic, because it's an overall. But if it's something specific, or if I feel like, you know, I had digestive issues, or I had something, I would either run regeneration on fitness or regeneration on bioenergetic vitalization. I would probably go regeneration 1 or 2. And then if I really need to detox stuff that came up, then I would run detox bioenergetic regeneration in the Healy. Yeah. So, but that's just if something happens, I would go instinctively to certain programs. And then again, when you come to really counteract your jet lag at the destination, make sure that you run pineal gland or you run bioenergetic boost. And if you feel like you can't sleep, then I would tend to go to balanced sleep or bed rest. But get up with the sun and actually do some sun gazing so you can get that first light into your eyes and into your pineal gland. To actually start boosting your melatonin. So that's about it. I will all do the screenshots for you to pop them into the group so you can get the protocol, you can get all the supporting programs for each, and you can use that, you know, for yourself for traveling. Okay, any questions? I'm just gonna stop sharing, and let's see. Any questions? Yes, so okay, vacation hangover. I like that one. Well, that one, I would definitely run activation in the job. Yeah, so if you don't want to go back to work, if you don't want to actually go into that rhythm again, I like to run activation. That's my go-to to actually get back into the rhythm. Road journey, anxiety. Yes, so anxiety programs, either local stimulation, nervous system support. That's okay. Power bank use, you're not allowed. Not necessarily. Power banks, you actually have to get up to the carry-on luggage. You can't have them in the check-in. From my experiences, yeah. So you can't actually do them in the check-in. Because they go underneath the flight, and if something happens, they can't control it. Yeah, so if the fire comes up, they can't sustain the fire. It can be really drastic. So all the power banks and all the chargers and stuff, they need to go up on a carry-on with the flight. So that's why it's good to have the chargers with you. Ear pain. Yes. So, ear pain. Okay, let's look at that. So ear pain can be a few things, yeah? Either there's too much mucus in your body that it's actually kind of sitting here, and then you have too much pressure, yeah? There's a program in Healy called Pressure. I haven't tried it yet on the plane, but something to explore. Otherwise, you can actually buy... They're headphones. They're a bit expensive, but they're headphones that are pressure equalizing headphones. They sell them for babies, they sell them for adults, and you can actually just pop them on when taking off and landing, and it actually equalizes your pressure within the ear, so you don't have that painful thing. Yeah, but otherwise, I would tend to work on your immune system and getting clear out of the mucus, so acidity out of the body, so you can clear and open up your airways. Yeah. Yes, you can try Relief. I haven't had any experience with Relief Digital Nutrition with ears, but you can try it, but I would prefer probably defense and bacteria harmony or air. There's an air program that you could try, but definitely work on your immune system and getting rid of the mucus. It really helps, yes. Reducing jet lag, especially pineal gland program and the energetic. Yes, I agree. What about, okay. Yeah, recording session. The recording will be in the group and of course through the emails. Frozen shoulder. Okay, so any joint pain, anything that you have, there's beautiful programs for joints, right? So they'll be in, I've gave them some of you in the slides, but remember you can always search in the Heal Advisor search app. Yeah, so just write frozen shoulder and you will come up with packages. Yeah, let me see if I can share this so with my phone. How do I do this now? Okay, let me see if we can actually do this. You can see my phone. Yes. Okay, so let me just open oh, sorry, I needed to reinstall the Healy Advise search this one today. It just froze on me. Okay, so if you go into Heal Advisor search, you go into search, just make sure that you have, you know, checked everything that you have in your edition, and then go frozen. There you go. It literally just one package, which is pretty easy, literally. So you go mobility and it will give you the programs that you can run to actually help you with this issue. Yeah. And all you have to do is literally take it, like literally click on this, add search result to IMF schedule, the pink one. Yeah. And then you create schedule and then it's going to go into your Healy calendar and it will show you every day what programs to run and it will actually remind you. Yeah, so it's really simple, really easy to do. Okay, and you can do that for anything. And the only thing you have to do is literally choose the top package that comes up. Okay. It is pure and release and her ears don't ache for hours as they used to. Yep, so pure and release is detoxification as well. You can try that. Gold cycles are all really beautiful. But again, right, like I have a friend that has a huge motion sickness, like on planes, on boats, everywhere. And we were trying every possible program. Yeah. And the only program that works for her is actually gastrointestinal harmony and what is nerve harmony and bioenergetic vitalization. Yeah. The other friend that also has motion sickness. Yeah. And she runs balance and release and she's fine. Yeah, where on the other person, gold cycles don't work. Yeah, so we need to understand everybody's different. So make sure you check your programs, test them on yourself, see what works. That doesn't mean if you tried one program, Healy doesn't work. No, you just need to find the right frequencies for you because you don't know why that motion sickness is actually happening and what's behind it. You can start scanning yourself and using, again, you can use resonance. Yeah, so things that are really important in resonance that you can use on the plane are vital substances. Yeah, Schussler salts, Bach flowers, creative homeopathy. Those are all because they show you stresses, right? So those things you can actually scan and vibrate to your body while you're on the plane, train, bus, whatever you are. Yeah, so you can actually vibrate directly through resonance, and that's it. Yeah, and you can even use aura and coaching if you want to get deeper and know yourself better why certain things happen. Yeah. And it doesn't matter, like analysis, some people respond to the resonance. For me on the plane, for example, or boats, resonance doesn't work for me. But everybody, like I know people that just swear on resonance. Yeah, they don't do the pink programs. For me, I like pink programs. I like to have the charger or the bracelets or the coil, but that's me, right? So I know like a lot of people that just use resonance and they are great. They have no issues, like they love them. Yeah. So you need to just find your way. of doing things, right? Because everybody is different. Yeah, I'm sorry, there is no one thing fits all situation, because you are unique, we are all unique. And unfortunately, we don't do cookie cutters here. So Healy is quite beautiful to offer you all these options, yeah, to actually make it yours. Okay, Mac Healy takes loads of time to charge. Okay, what the loads of time? What define loads of time? I tend to put it on during the night. That's about it. Like I don't never have problem with that. Maybe Jeffrey, do you know? Is there any problems with that? Like how long does your chart? The same issue. 24 hours is also not enough. Huh? No, there's something wrong with that. Mine charges overnight. Okay. If that's the case, you can send a ticket. Yeah, you can set a ticket in the back office, and you can tell them your issue, and they will tell you what the solution is. Yeah, because I don't know in this situation. This is technical stuff. Yeah. Okay. And if not any questions anymore, then perfect. I'll pop off everything of the slides into our Facebook group. The recording will be available latest beginning of next week. And I will be seeing you next Thursday. I have a great news for everyone that's on here today. Next month in July, we are finally getting the advanced protocol for bioenergetic vitalization. I have finally got it from Healy Corporate, so we're getting that in July, like we got it for Power of 3, so we're getting that in July, so I'm really excited. So, but that's it for tonight. I'll be seeing you next Thursday, 7 p.m. Brisbane time, 5 p.m. Singapore, and have a beautiful weekend. Have a great night. Bye-bye.